Every year, Startup Grind hosts our SG Women Leaders Month, proudly recognizing the accomplishments of successful women leaders all over the world. These women are founders, venture capitalists, engineers, executives, educators, and more who represent our community all around the world. This month's SG Women Month is proudly presented by Google for Startups and Silicon Valley Bank.
Simple marketing. You can still be savvy, but at the same time, still be, it can still be simple. It doesn't have to be so complicated.
Awesome. I love it. I love it. And you are a true woman to your word for that. So I've been in your group for some time now. Hadn't been able really to engage, but I make sure I listen and I'm taking notes. But I do throw up my likes and my hearts, and I've invited a lot of entrepreneurs and some of my clients to your group because they're rebranding and they're doing some things. And I love the message and the platform you use where you introduce it, you share it, and you encourage them to try it. And that's the same way I operate as a consultant. I don't do everything for business owners. We walk through it together. I help give clarity, understand, show them the tools that I have used or I have vetted, and then teach them how to do it where when they leave from you, they're walking away from knowledge. And that's what I love so much. So with Savvy Simple Marketing, today you're going to talk to us because you offer so much. I was like, which one do I need to ask her about? I said, I love them all. I'm just going to tell you, you just need to follow her and you can get the rest. But today we're going to talk about automation lead magnet sales funnel kits. What is that? How did you come up with this amazing platform before it?
Well, for this, the email, so the funnel kit, it's a lead magnet funnel kit. And the reason that I decided to put that together is because there are so many people struggling in the online space about how to get more leads in their business, right? And how to do it the right way. And not only to get leads, but to lead those new leads that you get, to lead them to an actual offer. And then not only one offer, but then lead them to the next offer, right? And you continue to do that and provide value. And that takes systems, it takes a process in order for you to put those things in place. And I wanted to do it to make it easier for people to be able to do it online and to show them that it's just something that they can do, right? Because as soon as you think of systems, funnels, people are like, oh, I'm not tech savvy, or I just can't afford to have somebody do that for me. And I just wanted to make it in the simplest way possible to show people that you can do this and it's something that you can do on your own. And then as you grow, of course, you can then hire someone like me to come in and build these things out for you. But to get started, it doesn't really take much, but you are going to have to invest in some systems to kind of get you started because it does need to be an automated process.
Okay, now you said one key word that I've been preaching for a while. Growth requires investment. What do you say, or how do you approach those customers? They can't connect the investment piece to their growth piece.
Yeah, it's a mindset, to be quite honest. It's a mindset that we have, and it's a mindset that needs to be switched. Like, you have to understand that if you are an entrepreneur, right, and you want to start making some money in your business, you have to invest. You have to invest one way or another. Either you're going to invest money so that you can learn how to do the right things. You're going to invest in money to use the right tools, or you're going to invest in time. So either way, you're going to invest either way. I prefer to invest in money because my time is valuable. I can't get that back, right? The money that I invest in my business, I can easily make a return on that investment. And that's where we have to think. We have to think in terms of getting a return on our investment. And so that's what I typically speak about. When I speak to people about investing in their business, I just let them know, like, this is the way you could do it. You can continue to do it your way, or you can do it this way and get results and then also get a return. So it's not even like you're putting money out if you do it the right way.
That's good. I love it. I love it. So I am gonna yield. Look, I gotta get my pad and my pencil together, because see, y'all be playing. Lakisha be dropping them nuggets. I'm telling you, you're gonna have some aha moments. So if you haven't got your pad and your pen ready yet, you need to get ready. So if you need to screen share or anything, you are more than welcome to do that.
I do have mine. Trust me.
Oh, look, Lakisha, this is Ashmar. This is my social media ambassador for the Startup Grind chapter, and I'm glad he was able to make it in the room.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. When you say automation, you got me.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. Welcome.
So he is the social media ambassador, and a little later I'm gonna let you see. Thank you, Sherry. Sherry said she got her pad and pen ready, so you can be able to find out a little bit more what Ashmar does, and it's on aligns with what you do.
Awesome.
So
yeah.
So we gonna turn it over to you, Miss Lakisha. We are ready.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you. All right. So today I want to walk you through, I want to unpack what a lead magnet funnel is. But before we can do that, we have to really understand what a lead magnet is. So when you think about a lead magnet, right, we think about a lead magnet in such a way that it's a way so that you can attract your ideal clients to you, right? So when you think of a lead magnet, it can be just about anything. It can be a free webinar. It could be a class. It could be a coupon, right? I'm sure a lot of us sign up for those. Think about one of your favorite stores, rather if that's, I don't know, for me, I love crafting. So it's like Michael's, Joann's, things like that. And immediately when you go on their website, the very first thing that pop up is like a 30% off coupon, right? Of course, you want to be able to save some money. So you sign up, you provide them with your email address, and then they send you the coupon, and then you get to start shopping. You shopping and you save that money. That is what's considered a lead magnet, because what they just did was they exchanged something of value, something that you want and need, which is the 30% off, and they got your email address. And so what happens next is they then continue to market to you. They tell you about all the amazing things that's going on in their store. And then more so, even depending on the type of shopper you are, for me, it's crafts. So it's probably like things that I need to make planners, or maybe some things to painting for my son, different things like that. They also save that information once you've made an account and you shop with them. They then know the type of things that you buy. So whenever something specific to you goes on sale, if you're someone and you like a specific item and they know that you purchased this, they're going to let you know, hey, this is on sale. So what that means is they're kind of retargeting you based on what it is that you buy, right? And so that's a lot of what's going on right now in the marketing world and in the marketing industry. The idea with a lead magnet is to exchange something for something of value, right? Fair exchange, no robbery. So we want to make sure that we're providing something of value. That's where our lead magnets come into play. So again, a lead magnet can be just about anything. So if you have some type of training that you've done and it went well, people really liked it, you can use that type of webinar or training as a lead magnet. If you have a course, you can pull out a module from your course even and use something as similar as that to your actual lead magnet. You can even use something as simple as a checklist, or even like an eBook, or in something like that you can create, and you can use something like that as an actual lead magnet as well. Okay. So now that we understand what a lead magnet is, remember, it's a fair exchange, no robbery. It's something that is of value, and it's something that is going to help your ideal client solve one problem. Okay. We know that our ideal clients, they have several different things that they have to get done. For me, my ideal client typically is really trying to attract, the whole attraction piece. They're trying to attract their ideal client, but not only attract them, but they're trying to figure out, how do I get them to buy from me? How do I get them to buy this thing that I'm selling? How do I get them to see the value in that? Right. So for me, what I would do for a lead magnet for me is I would provide something of value to my ideal client to show them, hey, you can make this amazing lead magnet, or here's this amazing lead magnet, this checklist, this planner, this something that's already created for you. And the only thing you have to do is share this, make it so that it makes sense to your ideal client. And then you use that to attract them. You see what I did there? I gave them something of value that they needed, something that they didn't have to jump over hoops or do too much work for, so that they could just really literally plug and play the thing that I gave them so that they could start attracting their ideal clients right away. Okay. Another example of this is if you have, so you have, of course, something of value, something that's, tangible, but also something that people can get like a quick win from. The last thing that you want to do is make an ebook and say, ebooks are great, but you don't want to make an ebook of 300, 500 page ebook and say, hey, take this ebook, it'll solve your problem. Nobody's going to read a 300 and 500 page ebook, right? For a lead magnet, because they're looking for their solution right now. We are in a world where instant gratification is the way that we live. So if you're trying to get somebody to go through a whole guide of 300, 500 pages, they're just not going to do it. Okay. So you have to find a way that's going to help to solve your ideal client's problem in less time, something that's going to take them to be able to do that quickly, and something that's going to help them have their, help them to solve one problem, whatever that is, right? I always use the weight loss analogy. So think about when, if your target audience, if you're in the health industry or you're wanting to help people to lose weight, and your target audience is somebody that needs to lose weight, right? They've been eating all the sweets and things during the pandemic. I don't know about you, but I ate all my snacks, all my quarantine snacks the same week, right? They were gone. I was all out because I ate them all up, right? So that whole emotional eating thing. And so now I'm like, I need to get healthy. I need to, get back into center. I need to get healthier eating. But the last thing that I need somebody to do is to say, okay, so this is where you start. I need you to start running 5 miles a day. I need you to drink 5 gallons of water, and I need you to eat lettuce. That ain't gonna work for me right now, right? I need you to kind of help me get through, come meet me where I am, So for me, what would more work for somebody like me is a whole mindset shift, right? Maybe to start, here is a journal, a food journal. I want you to write down everything that you eat. Writing down everything that you eat is going to really help you to become conscious of how you're eating, what your eating habits are. For one, they're not asking me to stop doing something that I really like doing, which is eating, right? But they're helping me with my mindset so I'm more aware, right? So you see how my bigger problem is the weight loss, but what they're doing is they're giving me baby steps. So they're providing me with something a little small, right? So that would be like the journal for me to kind of list out the different things, how I'm doing that. And then what they do is, now that they have my email address, they can then come in my email box and say, how is it going with that journal, right? Now that you know the things that you're eating, I want you to separate those, right? So now maybe watch this video, and this video will teach you how to replace some of your salty and sweet things with maybe more healthier ones, right? So what they're doing is they're kind of still educating me now in my email box, but they're taking me along on the journey. And then the next thing is, now you really need the support, because you have to have somebody that's going to hold you accountable. Let me sell you this program, right? Come into this membership with me, right? So do you see how I went down that flow of things? My goal is to lose weight, but they did not force it down my throat. They gave me something that I needed, which was to kind of switch my mind, to shift my mindset, right? And then from there, they gradually came and say, here, learn this thing that provided more value through my email. And then here's my offer. That's exactly what a lead magnet funnel is. It provides, someone with the actual tool that they need to solve the problem, but not trying to solve the everything in one day, right? Not trying to solve everything in that lead magnet.
See, that's why I love you. See, this is why I love you. That's why I tell you. I'm like, she is amazing. I've heard it, sales funnel, explained to me in so many different ways, but I love the analogies that you use to make sense. You work with my mindset first by making me writing it down. Then you give me videos along the way on how to go apply what you wrote in that journal, do the videos to make the transition. And then if you need that one-on-one with me, okay, here's the membership where you can get it. I love it. I love it.
Exactly. And that's exactly what we're doing, right? With a lead magnet. We're really just guiding them. So we're using the lead magnet again to attract our ideal client. So once we attract them, then we have their attention, right? So yes, I provided you with this thing that's a value, but it's not going to solve your whole problem. It's just going to give you a little bit. It's going to give you that aha, or it's going to give you that, okay, now I can see the light at the end of the tunnel, right? This really helped me to solve a problem. We're not trying to solve everything, just a small piece of the puzzle, right? With that lead magnet, okay? So then once they have the lead magnet, right? And then you want to, of course, continue to, email them and do different things like that. In order to make that seamless through that, with that client attraction process, you'll need some systems in place. You'll need to have some automated systems. Okay. So, you sharing the lead magnet, right? You sharing, online on social media, you would just need a regular social media graphic that you can create using something like Canva. Okay. Canva is a DIY tool that you can use to help you to create graphics, and they have a free version. You don't even have to pay for the paid version if you don't want to. Okay. But once you have this lead magnet, you're going to have to get it out to people, right? So once you market it to people and you share online and say, hey, look, I got this thing that's going to help you, then you need to have a place for people to come so that they can come and get that thing, right? That place where you're going to be driving traffic back to is not your website. The place that you're going to be driving people back to is what's called a landing page, okay? Now, a landing page is a page that just stands alone. It's a page that stands outside of your website. Now, depending on the type of website software you have, you may be able to create a landing page inside of that website software. So if you use something like WordPress, there are plugins that you can use so that you can create a landing page. If you use Squarespace, there is a way for you to create a landing page that is separate from your website. If you have a website and it doesn't have the functionality of having a landing page, then you can use landing page softwares. There are several out there on the market. The one that I use and I prefer is called LeadPages, okay? There is also InstaPages. There is also ClickFunnels. There's a lot of different softwares out there that can do this job for you. Okay, so that is the landing page. That page, and I'm going to walk through and I'll show you some examples of what I use in my business, right? And so you can have just a regular landing page, and the landing page is just going to have a regular call to action to it. It's going to have a title that says what this is, right? It's going to be, go back to the journaling example for like losing weight. It'll just be the mindful journal, food journal or something like that, right? And so I go to that page, I see that it's the mindful food journal, journaling to help you on your healthier lifestyle or whatever. You can have like a little subtitle. And then on that page, you put in your email address and everything, and then it's submitted. Okay. Once it's submitted on that page, it then speaks to what's called an email automation responder or an email automation software. And that software is then what delivers that item to the people that signed up for it. This is not like a manual process. You don't want to have people signing up and then you're like, oh, let me send this. Oh, let me send this. You would be crazy, because what happens if you get this and it goes viral and then you get 1,000 people signing up, you're not going to be able to keep up with the traffic. This is why it's so important that you automate this entire process. Your landing page should also communicate and speak to your email automation software, right? The software that's going to be sending out your email. There are some email automation softwares that have landing pages already in them. So you can just use that one system instead of having to have two different softwares. You can then just use one. Okay.
Awesome. I love it. I'm over here writing at the same time. So if you see, that's why I'm nodding and let you know I'm following along, but I'm writing too.
Okay.
Awesome. Good.
Yeah. Yeah. And so once you have that, so you have your landing page and then you have that connected to your email automation software, what happens is then it sends out that email, right? But not just any email. You're going to have to create the email. You're going to have to write the content for that email, and it's going to be your welcome email. And that welcome email says, hey, thanks for signing up for this thing. Here it is. You always want to give them what it is that they signed up for. And then in that email, you can also include like, what are the expectations? Can they expect to receive an email from you once a week, or will you be following up with them in the next day? Or is another email coming in like in a few minutes? Like, you know, how can, what should they expect, right? So that would then be the next thing. But those emails, right, are what's called email sequences, right? And those emails should then be timed specifically so that they go out in a sequence. And again, those emails are then leading them back to your offer, right? What is it that you're going to be offering? Your lead magnet should always be tied back to your offer. Okay, so it's almost like your lead magnet is here, your offer is here, and in between there are steps to get people to buy the thing that you're selling. Okay. And depending on what you're selling and who your audience is, that could be 1 or 2 steps, just 1 or 2 emails away. That could be, you know, longer emails away. It could be that you are, you know, getting people's, you know, emails, and then you're going to move them into a larger sequence, but maybe you're having like a big product or service launch. So it really just depends on what the goal or the job is for your lead magnet, because there could be several, right? There could be several different reasons why you're actually, you know, capturing people's leads and then leading them to something. Okay. So another way that I do this to make it easier for my students to understand is that you want to attract your ideal clients, right? So you want to attract them using the lead magnet, okay? And then you want to convert them, meaning convert means to turn someone into like a follower, someone that just sees you on social media, into, you know, like a fan, or being able to convert them, meaning to someone that just saw this lead magnet offer, but you want to then get their email address and then convert them into like an email subscriber. All right. So you attract them with the lead magnet, you get the attention of your ideal client, you then convert them, meaning that you turn them now. So now they're like, okay, they went from cold, not knowing who you are, to warm, they know who you are, they signed up, they want to know a little bit more, that's converting them. And then there's the profit piece, right? You want to then, you know, turn the people that signed up, the people that converted, into paying customers. And this is where you profit. So if you think about it, attract, convert, and profit, right? So that is actually the order that you're going to be taking them in.
That is amazing. I love that.
Yeah. All right, so what I'll do now is I will just share my screen for a bit, just so that I can give you some examples of things that you can use as a lead magnet. And again, they can be super simple. And if you may already have these things, if you already have things that you've created, like I'm going to show you now inside of my Canva, if you already have things you've created like that, you can use those type of things as lead magnets, as long as it's leading to something paid, right? The only exception is where you may not have, like, say maybe you just create a lead magnet just to build your email list, and maybe you don't have that course done yet, you don't have an offer yet, and that's fine. But make sure that you're thinking of like, what is the end goal for them, right? Because 9 times out of 10, when people sign up for something, they're expecting for you to offer them something eventually. Like, this is just the way that our mind works, right? Right now in business, we automatically know, hey, if I'm signing up for this lead magnet, I really want to see, okay, well, wow, this lead magnet helped me. Okay, so now what? Like, what's the next steps? The last thing that you want to do is leave people hanging on, because what happens is if you don't offer something else to help them, you've just opened them up to say, oh, wow, I need help with this next thing. If this person is not going to step up to the plate, I have to go find somebody else that's going to help me, right? So you just kind of help them and open them up for the next person to help them, right? So just kind of keep that in mind.
That's real good to know. Thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, so bear with me one moment here.
No worries. While Lakisha's getting ready to screen share, does anyone have any questions right now on what she said about defining what a lead magnet was, the example she gave? She gave us an amazing formula: attract, convert, profit. But if you do, just drop your questions in the chat, the Q&A, and I'll make sure I get them to Lakisha to answer. All right, we good so far, Lakisha, so you can keep it rolling.
Okay, good. Let me see. Okay, so I can share this one. All right. I'll share this. And okay, I'm sorry. Give me one moment. Let me pull up the landing page as well.
Okay, I see a question in the chat.
Awesome. Awesome.
From Sherry. She said, how do you handle CCP regulations in a lead magnet funnel?
So CCP regulations, are you talking about the email automation where you can't send emails to specific people? Is that what you're speaking about? Like the European Union? Sherry?
She said yes. She said California privacy, and then she said yes.
Yeah. Well, the way that you do that is you have to make sure that you have specific language attached to whatever you're asking people to download, because everyone, not only California, European Union, but everyone and anyone has the right to know how their information is going to be used, right? So I would just say, just make sure that you have that checkbox that says, that you're giving me permission to, send you additional emails, to, use your information for other marketing purposes or something like that. There's different ways that you phrase it. Please don't take the way that I just showed you, or I just said it as the way that it should be, because I'm not an attorney, right? So I'm just sharing what I learned from my attorney. And you want to make sure that you have a link to your privacy policy and things like that available right there on your lead magnet, or at least in the box that I'm about to show you where they're going to click at, so that you can then share all that privacy policy, right? So people can know, okay, so yes, this person is going to take my email, and then they're also going to retarget me using Facebook ads. And then they're also going to do this or do that or do that, or whatever it is that you're going to be doing, right? With people's emails. It's important that you're transparent in that way, specifically in California. And of course, if you market over in Europe, in London and some of those countries over there. But I just think it's a good rule of thumb to just make sure that you have it added on there.
Okay, she said, she mentioned GDPR, and then she said, thank you. So that's pretty much what Lakisha is talking about.
Yes, ma'am.
And for those of you that's listening, if you have Microsoft Office 365 for business, they have that GDPR feature incorporated in a subscription.
Oh, nice.
Yes. So go ahead, Lakisha. Any more questions, or just drop them in the chat.
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm just looking for, okay, let's see. Lead magnets, okay, so I can share this one. Oh no, it's a wait list.
See how savvy she is, y'all. She got so many to choose from. See, we gonna be like Lakisha, y'all. We gonna be like Lakisha with all this content.
You know what? I have so many, and a lot of the ones that I want to share, they're already converted to like a waiting list. And that's a whole nother conversation to get people to sign up for your stuff, is to have an actual waiting list there. Let me see.
I know, because I just tried to get in your last one, and I'm like, Lord, really? I'm like, oh gosh. When she posts her events, I'm just telling you now, you just need to go on, have the investment ready, and get in the room, because she fills up fast. She fills up fast.
So the way that I'm going to show this is going to be a little different, because I'm actually showing you from my platform, because unfortunately it won't allow me to, it's like moving and I don't have time to change that. Okay. So let me go ahead and share my screen here. Okay. All right. So you can see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. All right. So this is inside of my Canva system here. And I design a lot of my lead magnets inside of Canva. And this is really something super simple. Is this the one? Let's see. Oh, we're going to use this one. Okay. So this is a resource that I did for my lead magnet challenge that I host every quarter. And let me make this bigger. Right. And so this resource is a resource list that I could easily use as an actual lead magnet, because what it's doing is it's providing someone with all the resources that they need in order to create their lead magnet. Right. So this is, this is like the header page here. So the cover page. And then this is, my hello, thanking them for joining my challenge. And then this is the resource right here. So it breaks down all the different lead magnets that somebody can create in their business, right? So those are all different types of lead magnets, more lead magnets, more lead magnets. And then this is resources like what you'll need. So this is like the landing page software, the email automation softwares, your payment systems, your scheduling systems. And then of course, if you need any help, you can click, a spot. So right here, this is a call to action here on this page. And what I'm saying is, if you need any help with building out this funnel, or you need any help, with anything else, then click here and let's schedule a call so that I can help you through this. Okay. Every single lead magnet should have that. Every lead magnet should have a way for someone to be able to help with you, or some way for somebody to contact you, even if this is just a page like a Facebook group that you have, or your Facebook business page, or your even website, maybe linking to your blog or a specific blog post. But you should always have some type of call to action at the end of your lead magnet, because you never know where it's going to go. A friend can share it with a friend, and then it can go, many places. So this is something that would be considered as a lead magnet here. And this is another one. This is an actual eBook type workbook lead magnet. This is a template, so it's not a real, but this would be like a welcome page, but it's so simple. It's just like a couple of pages, right? Another page, this is like a workbook page, another type of workbook page. So it doesn't take a lot, right? The idea is to make sure that you're providing value for the person that you're delivering or providing this to, right? So you just want to think in terms of that. And again, it doesn't have to be something like this. It doesn't have to be a document, right? Your lead magnet could be, if you're a podcaster, you can take all of your best podcast episodes, meaning the podcast where you have the most reviews, the most views or listens, downloads, and you can take those episodes and you can make that into a lead magnet, literally.
What?
Or if you have a blog post, and say if your blog, you have a whole lot of blog posts based on a specific topic, right? So if you teach people how to crochet and knit, right? And so maybe just one topic is all about how to knit babies' blankets. You can literally do a lead magnet that with those blog posts, just about, knitting baby blankets. Like you could totally do that. So a lead magnet can be anything. Again, it can be old webinars. It could be live streams. If you do live streams, a lot on Facebook or Instagram, and you have a specific category, or you have a series, you can use that as your lead magnet. So you can use, it's really, when you think about a lead magnet, it's all about providing value and helping your target, like your customer, who it is that you're trying to target to. And if those things can provide value, then yes, you can use them as a lead magnet.
Well, I have a question, Lakisha. How much is too much to share for free before you start generating a profit, which is the last component in your formula?
Yeah, that's a great question. I don't believe that you could ever give too much away. As you know, I'm a giver. I'm very giver. I'm very generous in the information that I provide to my community, because I don't think that there's ever enough, right? I think that, sometimes I got to ask myself, is this enough? That's the question that I'm asking. I'm asking, is this enough? I never ask, is this too much? Because when you provide value and you show up for your community, they will in return show up for you.
That's good to know. Good to know.
You can't, so never be afraid. I get that question a lot. Like, aren't you afraid that you just provide so much stuff? You just provide just too much stuff. I just recently did a 5-day, well, it was a 3-day event for my planner course. It's called My Planner Project. And throughout those 5 days, I gave away tons of information. And somebody said, when I said, tomorrow I'm going to be making my offer, I'm really excited to share that with you. And then someone inboxed me and she was like, you gave everything away. Like, what could you possibly have to offer left? Like, what do you like? Do you think people are really going to come back and buy? And I said, you know what? That's a great question. Stick around and let's see. And so she came back the next day. I made my offer. I waited for a few days and I sent her a picture of my Stripe account. Within 4 days, I made $10,000 from those same people. Yes. And then at the end of that, within 7 days, I did $20,000. So yes, you provide value to people. People are still going to show up and they're still going to buy things. So yeah.
Lord, I'm over here choking. I need some water, Jesus. Wow. That
Yes,
is because I'm a giver too. And my husband used to get on me all the time. She said, Therese, you give out so much content, but you're not getting the ROI. And I believe why I wasn't getting it, because I didn't have these systems and processes in place with the automation piece. And that's why I love Ashmar being on my team, so he can kind of help me with that, as well as yourself. So
you know what too, Miss Teresa, it's really all about making the offer. I have a lot of people say that too, like, I'm giving. And I'm like, really? What is your page? Like, let me go and check out. Because if you're giving and you're doing all these things, why aren't you making money? Right. Mm-hmm. So it's either one of two things that I find, right? Either you're in front of the wrong audience and they just don't need what you're offering or don't want what you're offering, or two, you're not making an offer, right? You can show up all day and provide value, but if you're not making an offer, if you're not presenting a sell, you know, for somebody to buy something, then of course you're not making money. And I get that, because I used to be the same way. I used to come up and just show up value, and I never made an offer. And it was like, I asked the coach that I worked with, like, why am I? She said, I don't know. She said, because you're amazing. You're so talented at what you do. Why aren't you making money? Like, why aren't you making enough money? And so she went and she said, you're not making enough offers. You have to make the offer. Don't be afraid to make the offer, and offer all the time. Like, don't be afraid to show up and offer often, right? As often as I provide value, that's just as often as I make an offer. And so I think that is very important as well.
I love that. You just helped me with that, because I've been struggling with it. Yeah. But I knew this month I get something value out of all of my speakers. So I love this. So keep going.
Awesome. Okay. So I'm going to jump over here. So sorry that we're in this view, but again, it's kind of leading me back to, I hope it doesn't do this to this page. Is it going to? Okay, it didn't. Good. Okay. So here inside, and I use LeadPages, by the way. So this is what it looks like in the inside, right? But this is what a landing page looks like, right? So you don't see anything, you know, above here. You don't see like this, right? You don't see any other links to take you to my blog, my podcast, because people get distracted really easily, right? If I send you to my website, if I say, hey, I want you to go download this lead magnet, it's going to help you go to my website and find it. You go to my website looking for that lead magnet, you're going to bump into a blog post. You may bump into a podcast. You may bump into something else. And then you did not do what I sent you to do. I wanted you to sign up for a lead magnet. I don't want you to go get lost, right, out there. I want to be able to provide you and help you with what it is that I know you need help with. So instead of just sending you to the land of everything, I'm going to be really clear and specific on what it is that I want you to have. This is what happens when you do a landing page, because people only sign up for what's in front of them. You know, one of two things are going to happen when somebody lands up here. They're going to say, yes, I need to take this lead magnet challenge. I need this. And they're going to sign up, or they're not. They're going to leave because it's not something that they want or need, right? But that's it. That's all they're going to do. I'm not giving them too many options. And that's what a landing page does. It's just very simple. Right? I have several, probably hundreds of different types of landing pages, but this is just one. And I'm just wanting people, hey, sign up for this lead magnet challenge, you know, attract and fill your email list with your dream clients, sign up here, they click here, and then they get this area here, right? And so Sherry, this is where the checkbox would go. It would go in this area here, and you can simply do that. I can show you if I wanted to add that. I'd have to exit out of this preview mode. I would then go here to edit this pop-up box or this button. It'll take me inside. And then there is, let's see, right here, where is it? Not that. Fields. Okay, right here, add a field right here. And then yes to consent, this little box here. right? And so then it provides information, right?
Mhm.
So this information right now is a little dark, a little light. So let me brighten it up for you. And so this is pretty much what it would say, right? This form collects information, you know, we'll send you updates and promotions, special offers and news. I will not share your personal information or sell it. You can unsubscribe at any time. And then there's a link to my privacy policy, right? So that's what you want to provide on every single lead magnet that you have, and that will cover you.
That's good.
Yes.
Did that answer your question, Sherry? She said yes.
Awesome. Okay. But that's pretty much it. So you have your lead magnet, right? You have your landing page, and then of course your email automation software. With your email automation software, you would then, you know, of course, connect and do, let me stop sharing here. You would then have those emails go out based on what your offer is, right? So there are several different type of emails that could go out. So you have like your nurture sequence. That's a series of emails, anywhere from 3 to 5 emails that you're really just getting to know, you know, the person that you just, you know, landed in your email box, right? So you're helping them to get to know you, how you can help them, and then you're leading them to an offer, right? So then there's the nurture sequence, there's the offer sequence, where you're then going to be leading them to the offer. That sequence can be anywhere from, I don't know, 3 to 5, maybe even 7 emails, depending on what your offer is. There is a challenge sequence. So if you have people and you're taking them through an actual challenge, there's the webinar sequence, right? So a lot of different email sequences. And again, the reason that it's considered a sequence is because the emails are set up to kind of trigger to go one after the next, leading to something really specific, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so of course you put all of those things together, and then you have your lead magnet funnel.
This is amazing. I don't know about y'all, but I listen to Lakisha almost every day. She goes lives a couple of times throughout the day, and I know a specific time she come on. I mean, this is what she gives and then some in her group. So Lakisha, let everyone know, how can they follow you? How can they get connected to the group? You know,
sure.
how, you know,
sure.
how can they?
I'll put a link in here so that you guys can join my group. And for those of you, if you're interested in building out your email, your lead magnet funnel, and you just want some help with that, or you just, you know, want a jump start to get started, I have something that's called the Lead Magnet Funnel Kit. And inside of that kit, I can walk you through what's in there to give you a good idea.
That would be great.
Yes, of course.
Now, everybody, this is the reason I had her to kick off our Women in Tech Month, because of this lead magnet funnel kit. Because when I was looking at what's all included, I'm like, are you serious? I'm like, no. So make sure y'all are writing. Y'all, I mean, you know, she gonna drop her information in the chat.
I am, yeah.
But check this out, y'all.
Yeah, so inside of the lead magnet funnel kit, because I understand that it's difficult, especially if this is your first time ever learning about lead magnets. You're like, I don't know how to create that stuff that you just showed me in Canva. Like, I don't know how to do that. You don't have to, right? Literally, I'm giving you templates, right? The same thing that I just showed you inside of Canva, I'm giving you templates for that. And you get 80 plus pages of lead magnet templates. So you get like an ebook template, a guide, a workbook, different like worksheets, a checklist, and even journal pages. So you can pick one or you can combine it, you know, and you can then create an actual lead magnet. If you were going to be doing like a workshop or some type of video instead, like a webinar, you can then just go with like a checklist to go along with your video, or a workbook to go along with the training that you have. And just to kind of so that it's packaged and it adds more value to your lead magnet. All right. I'm also giving away 2 landing page templates. So the lead page software, like this software, you have to have this software. If you don't, it's not a problem. It's $37 if you want to invest in it once a month. But it will definitely help you to bring in more leads in your business if you do decide to do that. So I'm giving 2 of those landing pages in this kit away as well. And one Convertkit Automation. Convertkit is the email automation software that I use in my business. I use it and I highly recommend it for people that are just starting out, or if you're just getting started with email, and even people who aren't, right? I had a client who we migrated her email. I don't know if you're familiar with Infusionsoft. It's now called Keep. It's one of the top email or automation type softwares online for like coaches and all of that. Well, she had just really just had it. She wasn't using all of the capabilities that that Infusionsoft had. She just brought it because she was at a conference and just everybody was saying how great it was. And she just brought it and paid like almost $500 a month for it for like 3 years. And she just got sick of it. And so we migrated her really large list. She has over 30,000 subscribers over to Convertkit, and she loves it because now she doesn't have to wait on somebody that knows how to use Infusionsoft to do the things that she wants. She is able to do it herself. So she was really excited about that. Yeah, you also get 5 landing page mockup designs, and I'll show you what that looks like in just a minute. And then you also get 5 mapped out email sequences and landing page email sequences. So remember I mentioned to you that, you know, you have your lead magnet sequence, your tripwire sequence. Well, I didn't tell you about tripwires, but your webinar nurture sequence, all of those are different email sequences. I pretty much mapped everything out for you to show you exactly how those work so you can see that in real time. And then you also get email swipe files from me. So you're like, I don't know what to say in these emails. Don't worry, because I already have templates written. All you got to do is plug and play and then change some information. And then you also get access to the 5-day challenge videos, right? You weren't a part of the challenge that I did, but it was really good information over a 5-day period. And you get access to watch those videos over so that you get any questions that you may have will get answered. And I'm doing all that for $47. So yeah, it's a really great investment, especially if you're like, I need to bring more leads into my business. You know, how exactly do I do that without having to pay someone like me $5,000, $2,500 to do it? How do I get started on my own so that I can start making some money and then hire this person to come in and kind of do this in my business? And when I tell you that I offer this to my students and they've made money from it, like they have built it, they're like, okay, I'm going in, I'm building it, I'm doing this. And then they make money based off of their offer. And then they come back to me and they say, I'm ready for you to help me build out my funnel. And it's like the most amazing thing. I love it so much to see somebody go from a $47 product to hiring me for, you know, for $2,500 to help them to build out their funnel. So, I mean, I love it.
That's great. Sherry says she used Zoho campaigns. She said it integrates with her CRM.
Okay. Yeah, you can use any type of email automation campaigns. The idea, again, you can use any email automation campaigns. You can use any lead magnet software. You can use all of that. Like, it doesn't matter. It's just the process, right? It's just when you think about the process, you just want to make sure that you're following those same processes. Is that it? You can use any type of landing page, you know, email automation, all of that, as long as the process is the same. Attract, convert, profit. That's the framework. You just want to keep that framework in mind.
Wow. I'm just blown away. I was already excited just to have you in the room, but yeah, I mean, I've learned so much, and you kind of helped me fix a loophole, a gap that I was dealing with. Everyone, she's put her link in the chat. So I encourage all of you all to grab that link, you know, share that link. She has amazing content. You can follow her on social media. She does have a Facebook group.
Yep, there's my Facebook group. You guys can join.
I forgot. I checked the last time how many members. Every time I turn around, it's growing. And
my God, is it growing?
Yes, it's not just for women. She welcomes men, and that's what I love about it too. So she's not selfish with her information. She said she don't see it in the chat. Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Let me change it to the group. Hold on. Please.
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't do it to attendees. I can redo that. I'm sorry about that. I think I should put the panelists.
She's gonna repost it where the attendees can see. So make sure you guys, y'all follow her group, follow her website. But while we got a few minutes, do we have any more questions from Sherry or Ashmar?
You're welcome, Sherry.
Sherry says thank you. Ashmar, are you there? He must be quiet. But Ashmarsh, Lakisha, he does with the bots. So that is why he is on the team, because he set up a chat bot for the Facebook page for Startup Grind to kind of help me, you know, manage the messages and stuff. And then he walked me through pretty much like you did to set the chat up on my business page on social media, where I can get the real time, the notifications when I'm getting engagement on social media. And yeah, he's very savvy in that sense, and very helpful, and he gives a lot of information just like yourself. So I try to make sure he's in the room so he can connect to see, you know, how he can sharpen his saw, how his saw can sharpen my speaker saw, so we can be able to do it together.
Definitely.
But I am so excited to finally meet you and hear from you live. But before we get off, we know the current situation that we're in right now with businesses and with our community. And I always give my speaker the last call to action or words of encouragement or hope, you know, even as a woman entrepreneur, because Taraja Henson, she spoke today on the Minority Business Development Center about the mental, physical comeback for women in business. So what message do you have to share today? Now, I know it's going to go about women, evolve beyond women, but what would you like to say to the women today who wants to, you know, stay sustainable right now, and how they voice and their skill sets can help with what we're dealing with right now in our country?
Yeah. Your voice is so valuable, right? All of our voices are so valuable, especially at this time, right? Don't allow your voice to be silenced because of fear. It doesn't matter your color, your age, your race, you know, your whatever sex, gender you are. Now is the time for us to speak up, right? Not only on what's right and what's wrong, but also, you know, how we can help. Like, this is the prime time. So I say, don't sit on your gifts. If you have a gift and you have something to share with the world, to get it out there now. Now is the time to do that, to get it out there in front of people. COVID-19 has rocked so many businesses. So many people are having to restart their businesses, or some people are just completely tired and giving up, you know, and I can totally understand the frustration in that. But what I say to that is to show up, you know, just show up. We need your voice. We need what you have to say. We need your value. Everyone has something to offer. Know that what you have to offer is valuable, and bring it to the market space, bring it to people, because we really, really need it. And for all of my people of color, don't give up. You know, this fight is not over. Don't give up. And we need you more than ever. And for all of our people that are not of color, right, that are our allies, we need your voice. We need your voice more than ever right now, because your voice matters. You have this gift that you were born with called privilege, where people listen to you. We need you to speak up on our behalf, and we need you to be true and real allies right now.
That's amazing. Sherry say, thank you for sharing. Thank you for your heartfelt words. You have my voice, and I am not afraid. Lord, I'm trying to start, not with the tears, Jesus. I've been fighting them all day. But I just wanted to thank you so much again. I'm so humbly honored to have you virtually in the room. I've learned so much in this hour with you, but I learn from you all the time. So just know, because I don't comment, but I be in the room with you, because trying to find the solution. Yes, it was Sherry. Sherry said this was a great session.
Oh, so thank you.
She said it was a great session. So I just want to let you know that to all the brothers and sisters, people of color, our white allies, it's time for us to unite. And especially if you're a business owner or you're an entrepreneur, this is where we need to bring our gifts, our talents, our time, our treasures to the table, to where we can get in those rooms, get to those tables, and help structure our country the way we wanted to see it to be structured, not just for the now, but for our generations to come.
Yes.
So this is your host on chapter director of Startup-Grind-Jacksonville, Florida, coming to you virtually with the amazing Lakisha Sarbah of Savvy Simple Marketing. She just taught us. She blessed me today how to automate lead magnet sales funnel kit. And one word I wrote down that I am not gonna forget. Enough, you cannot give enough information. Just make sure you make an offer often as you give it. That's my nugget I have gotten from her today. So I want to share that. I want to thank you, Lakisha, so much for your time. My prayers are with you and your family to stay safe, to stay connected, stay socially distanced, and just know I will always be in the room with you and your girl.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me here. I appreciate you.
You're welcome. Thanks everyone for listening, and stay tuned. This is recorded, so if you didn't get all your notes, it will be available probably within the next 48 hours. Thank you again, Lakisha. Have a great evening, everyone.
Thank you.
Every year, Startup Grind hosts our SG Women Leaders Month, proudly recognizing the accomplishments of successful women leaders all over the world. These women are founders, venture capitalists, engineers, executives, educators, and more who represent our community all around the world. This month's SG Women Month is proudly presented by Google for Startups and Silicon Valley Bank.